So we back with another video, and today we're gonna be coming at y'all boys with the best small forward builds in NBA 2K23. Today we're gonna be giving y'all pretty much all the most versatile builds that you can possibly make in the game. Some gonna be lockdown builds, some gonna be just overall the best builds that you can make as a small forward build. So yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, I already did the point guards, I already did the shooting guards. All I gotta do with the power forwards and the centers, I can do the guards, the bigs, but y'all just gotta like the videos, and that will be coming as soon as possible. But yeah, y'all been showing a lot of support lately, so I really do appreciate it. But if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, no more talking, let's hop into it. Alright, so let's hop into it. So first things first, like I said, we're gonna have some hybrid like lockdown builds. Now, honestly, if you want to see the best lockdown builds, just put in the comments down below that you want to see that, because I already did that before, and I could really just give you the link to that. So if you guys want to see that, either scroll down in my videos or just ask for the link and I got you. But we're gonna pretty much make some lockdown builds for this video, but also it's gonna be some versatile builds. But for the lockdown builds for the video that I'm gonna give you guys, it's like hybrid lockdown, hybrid versatility type builds. So they're gonna be more than just a lockdown build, I guess you could say. So small forward hand and number is really up to you. When it comes to the build, you're gonna be 6'6". So in my opinion, the best heights for lockdowns is 6'6", 6'7", and 6'8". Now I made a video on this, like I said, so if you want to see that, ask for it to scroll down and you can find it. But yeah, 240, 7'3", and bite type is up to you. Now, when it comes to this build, lately I've given y'all what I think is the best lockdown build, and I do think the 6'6" is like the best to go for like a pure lock, because you can have 99 interior defense, not interior, but perimeter defense, and 99 steal. But you want to go for a little bit more balance, I think the 6'7" and 6'8" is a little bit better, just really on that. But to make it a little bit more versatile, it's just a little tougher than it is making it at those other two heights. So when it comes to the build, you're going to end up with 13 finishing, 18 shooting, 11 playmaking, and 28 defensive. But with the 28 defensive, it's going to be kind of crazy because you do have like Hall of Fame everything you can possibly have for like perimeter defense and steal. So yeah, it's just that simple. All these badges are Hall of Fame. All these badges are Hall of Fame. Now, you also have interior defense, block, and rebound. So you can be able to get like chase downs, you're going to be able to play hands up defense, and you're going to be able to get like rebounds. Now, I'm going to be making a video very soon, go over like the new unpluckable and glove patch. And I'm also going to go over a lot of things that they've recently touched on the game too. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, rebound, you got about 79. Pretty much rebound, interior defense was up to put up like badges, but also get that as high as possible because you are a lockdown build. Now, speed, you're gonna have that as high as possible. Acceleration, that's up to a 77 because of the perimeter defense. 86 strength, you want strength in my opinion on a lockdown build. This is gonna be probably the best out of any build on this list though. But yeah, 84 vertical, 90 stamina. Now, when it comes to the finishing, you're gonna end up with 80 driving dunk just to add the quick drops. I want to be able to add contact dunks, but I'd rather have the higher 3 ball so you can shoot from a little bit deeper with like badges without take. So I did go for 85 3 ball with 70 mid range and 71 free throw. Then you have a 70 pass accuracy. I really like to have that 75, but since it is a lot down, it's not that deep. And then we have a 77 ball handle. We have like quick first step, unpluckable, clamp breaker, all these badges just so we can catch and go and still be able to have badges like vice grip. So yeah, that's very important to me. Now, that's pretty much the build. When it comes to the takeovers, you end up with sharp, lockdown take. Those are pretty much the best options that you can go with, in my opinion. Limitless range and extreme cleanse on this build. I think perimeter badge drop is another great option if you're doubling up on it, but yeah, I'm gonna end up going with this. And the build comes out as 72 shades of OG Anunoby, Gerald Wallace, and Mikal Bridges, and the build comes out as, I think it's gonna be like a 3-and-D wing. Yeah, 3-and-D wing. If you see somebody with 3-and-D in their name, most of the time, more likely, there's something like a lockdown build. All right, so next, now hopping into the top 5. Now, these next two builds, I'm gonna be honest. You could really argue either or. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, like I said, I do think the best lockdown heights is 6'6", 6'7", and 6'8". 6'6" is better for like pure lockdowns, but if you're trying to be a little bit more balanced on your defense and just overall, I would go with a 6'6", or not 6'6", but 6'7" or 6'8". Now, like I said, the next two, you can go either or. Now, the whole list is not gonna be pretty much lockdown hybrid builds, but yeah, these are the next two. So yeah, small forward handed number is up to you. 6'8". Now, making that 6'8" is gonna be very interesting because you're gonna be a little bit more balanced on the aspect of like you're gonna be able to play a little bit better interior defense. You're gonna be taller, you're gonna be able to get better block, and you might be able to get a little bit more rebound. But yeah, 6'8", 194, 7'5", and then body types up to you. Now, finishing, you're gonna have 14 finishing. You're gonna even have contact dunks where the last one didn't have it. 80 led where the last one didn't have that, but a 67 close shot to have 14 finishing. 18 shooting to have 85 3 ball. You're gonna have pretty much the same thing as you had on the last build. 70 pass accuracy. I didn't force the 75 pass accuracy on every single one of these lockdown builds because I feel like it's just not as necessary on a lockdown build. It's just a lockdown build. 89 though, ball handle. That's gonna be very interesting on a lockdown build. You're gonna be able to create for yourself a lot easier than majority lockdowns will be able to do. 80 steal ball will go alongside that. That's gonna allow you to have like a lot of dribble styles that 6'8" get. And then interior defense 73. Perimeter defense though 92. You're gonna be able to have pretty much gold clamps, gold challenger. Pretty much all the other ones like Hall of Fame for like perimeter defense. And then steal wise, you're gonna have gold glove and gold interceptor, which you really could argue makes this build better than the next one because look at it, it's a tier 2 badge instead of it being tier 3. These are tier 2 badges, so you could really argue the fact that you don't have to like fight over it in tier 3 with challenger and clamps could make that really put it over the edge of the other builds, in my opinion. But it just is what it is. I think the interior defense in rebound is a little low, especially with the vertical rating, in my opinion. But it just kind of is what it is. But 88 block, you do end up with an 88 block to have Hall of Fame, change the artist with silver anchor as options for you if you want to have that, especially with the recent apparent patch for interior defense. So yeah, and then you have a 66 rebound just so you can be able to get rebounds and get an extra badge. You lower that, you lose a badge. So yeah, 76 speed, you put gym rat with that, that's gonna be 80, so that's gonna be perfectly fine. Not too crazy, but not too slow. 80 acceleration to just be able to move as fast as possible with the ball, and then strength. Just because I think strength is very important to have on your lockdown build, so I try to max out strength on every single one of these lockdown builds with 75 vertical. Really wish I could have got that up a little bit more, but if we going for more versatile, then that's kind of just is what it is. I would have had to lower something here, like probably would have had to lower the 3 ball if I would have lowered anything, or the speed ball. It's one of those. It's probably gonna be speed. It'll probably be speed ball, and now probably go up like this, get to like an 81. But that's really on you what you want to do on that one. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, you will only really raise the vertical, understanding that that will only be to like make your blocks and rebounds animations a lot better and just get more blocks and rebounds just in general. But stamina, that's gonna be a 90. Takeaways wise, you're gonna end up with slasher, sharp, lock, and rim take. I think these are the 2 best options. You can also obviously go with a lockdown take if you want to. That's just what I would do, just me personally. And the build comes out as sim 2 shades of OG Anunoby, pretty much the same ones. OG Anunoby, Gerald Wallace, Mikal Bridges, and the build comes out as a 2-way 3-point shot creator. And all right, next, like I said, you could go either or on the last build and this build. I think this is a little bit more versatile for a lockdown. Last one had a couple holes here and there for lockdowns. This one may still have a hole or two, but if we're going for an overall build aspect, hybrid, like lockdown type build where you can also be a guard with it, this is going to be, in my opinion, the best of the 3. So yeah, we're going to go with small 4, handle number is up to you. 6'7", 182, 7'4" wingspan, body type is up to you. Now, when it comes to the build, you're going to end up with 13 finishing, 18 shooting, 18 playmaking, 22 defensive with pretty much the same kind of physical. So physicals wise, you're gonna have a 77 speed with an 84 acceleration and a 64 strength with a 75 vertical with a 92 stamina. What I would probably do is I lower this, try to get my vertical up as high as possible. You get gym rat alongside the speed and the vertical, that's gonna be at an 80. But that's really on you how you want to go about that. I probably would want to get that up to an 80 minimum, but if you can have it like this off the rip, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, let's go over the build. Finishing wise, you're going to have kind of similar 78 close shot to be able to have as many attributes or badges as possible for finishing, and then you have an AC driving up to have like content dunks and limitless takeoff gold. That's going to be 13. You got to add 4 more to the finishing to have like the limitless takeoff gold, obviously. So you would add 4 more to finishing. That would kind of be auto. 18 shooting, you would have that because of the 85 3 ball with all these badges, pretty much similar to all the other lockdown builds. You have a 70 pass accuracy. I want to have 75, but on a lockdown it's just not as necessary. With a 90 ball handle, you're gonna be able to have a lot more like options on ball handle for a 6'7" build than you would on a 6'8". So yeah, that is another thing. But on the 6'6", since you can't, like, the attributes just a little bit harder to put up, you wouldn't even be able to have like the 92. So like that is another thing when it comes to being a 6'6". Like the versatility on the 6'6" is just not nowhere on the level of the 6'7" and the 6'8", in my opinion. But yeah, And then for the speed of ball, we did lower that to a 75 on this one, because I feel like on this one, if you didn't lower it, it's just kind of impossible to have everything else that you see on the build. It's that simple. Now, 68 interior defense, that's going to be good to play hands-up defense. Nothing too crazy, but it's going to be good to be able to play hands-up defense. It's going to have pretty much the same printed defense, same steal, and then a block of a 75 with a 66 defensive rebound. So pretty much going to be kind of similar defensively, but it's just not going to have nearly as high of a block. So if you want to go with the last one, like I said, it really depends on preference. If you really care that much more about the ball handle being this high so you can have like a lot of different dribble moves and stuff like that, that's really based off preference, and you still gonna have a really high acceleration to go alongside that high ball handle. So when you have that quick first step Hall of Fame with the 84 acceleration, that's gonna be really good. And you got to think about it, just like you're getting +4 from speed and vertical, you're also gonna be getting that +4 on everything else for the physical. So that also does include your acceleration. So yeah, you're gonna move just a lot faster than on this build than you would on the 6'8". It's just that simple. But yeah, 66 rebound just to be able to get extra badges, 76 speed. Like I said, I already went over that. I won't strength up just because it is important, in my opinion, to go alongside like perimeter defense, clamps and stuff like that to get better bumps and stuff like that, and more consistent bumps. And then you have a 90 stamina. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you end up with slasher, shot creator, sharp, and lockdown take. If you want to go with a lockdown take, you can. These are the two best takeovers combination for me for this build. So that's what I ended up going with. You also go with easy blow bys. You also go with one of the lockdowns. You also go with like an ankle breaking shots or any of the shot creators. That's just what I would go with. But the build comes out as a two-way 3-point shot creator, similar to shades of OG and Anunoby, the same ones as the other two. It's just that simple. So let's hop into the actual most versatile small forward builds in the game. All right, so like I said, this whole list is not going to be just hybrid lockdown builds. A majority of this list is just going to be extremely versatile builds. So in my opinion, the best 3 builds in the game is easily the 6'8", the 6'9", and the 6'7". Now, we're going to be showing you guys what really sets these kind of apart in versatility, and we're going to go up and up and up in what order I think that these should go in, but you can make whichever one of these you want. So, small forward handed number is up to you. When it comes to build, you're going to be 6'7", 182, 7'4" wingspan, body type is up to you. It's going to be pretty much the same as the last build, but attributes wise, it's going to be pretty different. So, you're going to end up with 14 finishing, 18 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 21 defensive. Now, with that 21 defensive to go alongside that, you're going to have physicals. Now, the thing that you're going to really see consistently across all these small forward builds is I put up strength. And having strength, in my opinion, is very important for a lot of variety of situations. Now, sometimes I don't put that up on a lot of these guard builds when I be showing y'all. But for small forwards, I think that it is very, very necessary, because when I'm playing on a small forward build, you see how I'm trying to be as versatile as possible in everything. So I want to be able to be just like that on defense. So if I have to switch onto a bigger person, I have the strength to go on that bigger person. Now, the 6'7" is just gonna have less strength than a 6'8" or 6'9". It's just that simple. But you do have the strength to have a chance, to have a better chance than if you didn't have the strength. But yeah, 75 vertical and then 90 stamina. Now, when it comes to the finishing, you're going to end up with 14 because you had a 67 close shot with a 78 layup and an 86 dunk. The 86 dunk is the most important because everything else is really just based off of getting the badges up. But this 86 dunk is going to get you not only contact dunks, but also going to get you limitless takeoff gold. You will add 3 extra finishing badges there. Now, for the shooting, you're going to end up with 85 3-ball, 70 mid-range, and a 71 free throw. Now, with the 85 3-ball, you're going to end up with 18 shooting. You're going to pretty much end up with the same that you had on every single other build on this list. And you do have a 71 free throw that is to play 5v5. This time, we do have a 75 pass accuracy for if you do want to play the, like, if you want to be able to pass with the LeBron James pass style and all that type of stuff, you do have that option. And I think LeBron James pass style is pretty much the most versatile pass style in the game. So, yeah, 90 ball handle is very good to have. None of the other builds that's going to be higher on the list is going to have anywhere. Well, not anywhere, but just not going to have this. And then you have an 85 speed ball, which is also going to allow you to have more dribble styles. So you're going to have pretty much the most dribble moves and dribble styles on this entire list with this build. Then when it comes to defense, you're going to have really decent interior defense, really good perimeter defense, really good steal, really good blocking, really good to rebound. Now, block, you're going to put that up to be able to have chase down artists. Steal, you're going to put that up to have silver clamps and silver interceptor. And then perimeter defense, you lower that. I'm pretty sure you only have to have an 87, so I guess we could go higher here. But yeah, that's really on you what you want to do here. Did I lose a badge? I don't think I did. But if I wanted to get an extra badge, I could go 83. Or if you feel like you want to go 80 there and just go up here, it's really on you what you want to do. I probably would just raise this and then raise this. That's probably what I would do. Or you also could just lower this to where it was. It can go all the way down to like, I think I think this can go all the way down to 68 if you just want it for the badges, but if you want to get your vertical up, because vertical is very important for block and rebounding, whether you want to get more or just get better animations. So I would say go vertical up. You would probably have to lower this even more to get it even higher. I probably would want it at like an 80. So that's really on you how you want to go about that. So it's either you're going to have to find you like the perfect balance of how high you want the vertical and how high you want your interior defense. I probably would go with this to have an extra badge though. But yeah, I guess on a 6'7", 88 printed defense is not necessary. So just go 87, 80, 85 steel. Both of these are very important. I already went over steel block. Rebound, you're going to end up with like bronze rebound chaser, but that's just going to help you get a lot like more rebounds the higher the rebound is alongside that vertical. And then you do have a 76 speed with gym rat. You're going to get that +4 to make it get to an 80 speed. Same thing with acceleration, same thing with strength, same thing with vertical, and same thing with stamina. So that's really on you how you want to go about that again. But yeah, I think up top to bottom, very versatile. Not really any holes that you can really find on the build. I think that you could ask for more on the build, but there's not really no holes on the build in my opinion. You're gonna end up with limitless range and finishing moves. And yeah, build comes out as Sim 2 Shades of OG Anunoby, Jared Wallace, and Mikal Bridges. Every single one of these builds have been the same, similar twos, which is kind of crazy. And the build comes out as a two-way 3-point shot creator. All right, so next now. Usually on these ranking builds lists, I've actually had the 6'7" above the 6'8", but for a small forward, I do think the height does matter, and I just think the build is just better. So yeah, let's hop into it. Like and subscribe. Hopefully you did that. But small forward, handed numbers up to you. We're gonna be 6'8", 194, 7'5", and body type is up to you. Now when it comes to the build, you go end up with 15 finishing, 18 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 21 defensive. Now with the physicals, you're going to end up with the 76 speed. You get +4 for gym rest to everything, so you're going to get that to an 80. You have an 80 acceleration off the rip. You're going to have a 74 strength off the, or pretty much just to have that. If you want to get that higher, you can get the gym rat. You have a 75 vertical. If you want to get that higher, you're going to have gym rat for that, but you also probably would want that higher because of the block and rebound just to get better animation. But we did only put that to the 75. A majority of these builds to be able to have contact dunks, but actually I do have a 93 driving dunk, so I probably have to raise that, so we'll probably tweak that a little bit somehow. But yeah, finishing, you're going to end up with 93 dunk, 82 layup with a 54 standing dunk. But if we want to get this up, let me go ahead and see. You would probably lower that. You would probably lower this, and you probably raise this, and you probably lower this a little bit more, and that'll be it for it. And yeah, that's probably how you would have to do that. So now you would have the contact dunks with that 93 driving dunk and the 82 vertical. But the 82 vertical, you don't have to raise that at all. Any for the block and rebound. You'll be perfectly fine with an 82 vertical with that block and rebound that you do have on this build. I will say that. But 80 layup, instead of having 82 is really just to be able to have jump and ramp, but it's not that important. You're still going to end up with 15 finishing, so it's not like that's why we put it up. We only put it up to be able to have Ja. So lowering that too does not make that big of a difference. But if you do want to Ja, just go with the 82. Maybe you have to lower the dunk rating because you're not going to have enough vertical to even have the elite contact dunks if you don't lower that. So yeah, that is a thing. 54 standing up, you lower this, you lose a badge. 70 mid-range to go alongside the 85 3-ball. 85 3-ball is really important to have these badges, but the thing that is important on this build in comparison to the other ones that's not 6'8", you do have silver agent 3s and a tier 2 badge. And then 70 free throw to go alongside that, but you can actually raise that a little bit. 75 pass accuracy to have a LeBron James pass out, which is in my opinion minimum that you really want to have if you do plan on like creating for other people, because if you don't have the LeBron James pass out, you're just gonna go with none. It's that simple. 89 ball handle, that's gonna allow you to have Hall of Fame quick first step on a 6'8 build, which a 6'9 doesn't have, and an 80 speed ball, which well you have a lot of dribble styles, but most of the best dribble styles are 75 speed ball anyways. And then 72 interior defense, just to be able to have hands up defense, but I kind of would want that higher. 88 perimeter defense, you lower that, you lose a badge. 85 steal, that's going to be very important to get like steals, more steals, whether it's passing lanes or on ball, but also to get the badges, which are also only tier 2, just like I showed you on the lockdown build earlier, glove and interceptor. But yeah, when it comes to the block, we got that to a 75 that people have like gold, chase down artists, bronze, anchor, stuff like that. So yeah, and then we have a 74 rebound, you lower that, you do lose a badge, but you also put that up for the rebound chaser and stuff like that, pogo stick. So yeah, when it comes to the physicals, like I said, we already went over that, but yeah, we're gonna get all these stuff as high as possible. But we did perfectly put this up to be able to have the vertical, and then we have a 90 stamina. I have seen some people talking about stamina. You can go higher, but the lowest I would go is definitely 90. I just want to show that majority of the times that the lowest that I always pretty much go on all my builds is a 90. That's the minimum I would ever go. Takeovers wise though, you can end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and light down take. You can go with any one of those options, but I do think the best combination for the build is limitless range and finishing moves. But you also could go with easy blow-bys. I do think that is one of the more underrated takeovers in the game, especially for the state of the game is in right now. The build comes as the same similitudes of every build that's been on this list so far, but the build comes as a two-way inside-out creator. And last but not least, this is the only build of this kind on the entire list. Let's go ahead and hop into it. Like and subscribe. Small forward, handing numbers up to you. The 6'9". 6'9" still stands tall among all the other builds, but it's just better. It's not really no other explanation, but it's just better. 206, 7'6", body type is up to you. Now, I went pretty much the highest weight that you could possibly have and still had a 75 speed ball, because 75 speed ball is very important, because that's how you get pretty much the best like dribble styles and stuff like that in the game for the build. So I made sure that you can have that, because if you don't have that, it kind of is more liable. You only have really two options to go with, in my opinion, so I tried to give you more options on the dribble style, because if you don't know, that's how fast you do speed boosts. So yeah, and with this build not even having like Hall of Fame quick first step, I feel like that's very important to have. But yeah, 99 driving dunk off the rip. You're gonna be able to have not just Hall of Fame limitless takeoff, but in the tier 2, not just Hall of Fame 3 instead of a tier 3, but in a tier 1. But you're also gonna have Hall of Fame posterizer. Limitless takeoff and posterizer, in my opinion, is the most overpowered combination in this entire game. It's just a fact. 82 layup, that's gonna be very, very important, because you also, instead of having long athlete, you still have like Ja Morant and all the other layup packages. So yeah, very, very good to have that. You can lower this, not really necessary to have that at high. You can put this to stamina, you can put this to free throw. It really on you how you want to go about that. But we do have an 83 3-pointer. Not really necessary to go beyond 83 3-pointer unless you're trying to get more badges and just pretty much just to green more shots when it comes to being contested. Now, 2K did just do a recent patch for like contest, but I don't think it's still that necessary to go beyond 83 3-pointer majority of the builds. 69 mid-range, 72 free throw. 69 mid-range, you lower that, lose a badge. 72 free throw just for 5v5. 75 pass accuracy to be able to have LeBron James pass style, which is very important on these small forward builds. In my opinion, I think that's the minimum you want to have, because that is going to be LeBron James pass style, which is one of the best in the game. And then ball handle 87. That's going to be really important to have, because not only are you going to have clamp breaker gold at that, vice grip, unpluckable, and quick first step gold, but since the other builds don't have Hall of Fame, or all the other builds pretty much have Hall of Fame quick first step except for like the 6'6" lock, it's very important that you have this. I'm going to be honest. So yeah. 75 ball, speed of ball, already went over that. 76 interior defense, lower that, lose a badge, but it's also very important to have this high, play hands up defense. I do find it funny that 2K did patch hands up deep or buff hands up defense in this game, when I've been saying that you can play perfectly fine hands up defense with the build I made originally in the game, when they only had like a 78 interior defense and I had no block and I'd be getting consistent stops in the paint. But printed defense, 88 printed defense, just to be able to play like on ball defense as good as possible. 85 steal, just to be able to play passing lanes and just get as many on ball steals as possible. I'm gonna be honest, it does feel like 2K did something in terms of bump steals. I feel like you get a little bit more bump steals since Saturday, since they did do that supposed update patch, whatever you want to call it. 75 block, that's going to allow you to get more blocks, and 65 rebounds, just to be able to have rebounds. You lower that, you lose a badge. Now, physicals wise, we do have a 74 speed. Tried to get that as high as possible. If I put it to a 70, people going to complain, so I put that as high as possible. 78 acceleration, just to be able to move as fast as possible with this particular style of build. Weight, as fast as possible, but you can get this a little bit higher if you do want to go a little bit lower in weight. That is a possibility, but to go alongside that, you do have a 79 strength, which I do feel is very important to go alongside the printed defense. On my original build, I have an 88 printed defense with an 89 strength, and it's very, very tough to blow by me. The only way you can blow by me is if you go all the way around me. If I actually get a bump on you, you're getting stood still. It's that simple. 82 vertical, that's going to be very important to go alongside that driving dunk, to be able to have contact dunks and just to be able to get more blocks and better rebounds. And then 91 stamina, just for the stamina. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown take. Really up to you what you want to go with, but as we did for every single build pretty much on this list, we're gonna go with limitless range and finishing moves, and the build comes out as, if I see another similar to Mikal Bridges, Gerald Wallace, and what's it called, I'm gonna lose my mind. OG Anunoby, we switched it up. At least one of them switched it up. We now got Scottie Pippen, and the build comes out as a two-way, inside out score. But yeah, that's going to be the build, and that's going to be the list. I tried to give y'all some lockdown builds that I really never showed before. I tried to give y'all 3 of the best like small foot builds at the same time as doing that. So pretty much I gave y'all 6 builds in totality. Hopefully y'all came away with anything on this list, and y'all gotta remember, any build I show you guys is a template that I would make for me. If I was making it for me, if I was making a build, most of these builds are made for me. Now, some things I do tweak because y'all do be kind of tweaking in the comments, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of y'all not that crazy at the game, but I do try to make sure that y'all don't be complaining about the most insane things. So I try to make sure that they suited a lot more variety of people than just me sometimes, but majority of the times it is made for me, and they are just templates. You can change whatever you want. I want you to understand that. So don't go in the comments saying this, bro. You can change whatever you want. It's that simple. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys want more videos like this, like the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications to be the first to all the videos, share this video to anybody you think it will help. Without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, and I have to be, man.
I might break up. Shawty wanna show her eggs out. Our blood rate got a good side. One up, leave that pace out. I got a whole lot of mud shot.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!